Hello there, and welcome back to War Thunder, and welcome to 2019 and the first video of mine in this year. And I have some epic gameplay for you that I want to present you right after I talked about a few single topics. And it is about the Centauro ROMOR, the rank 6 battle rating 9.3 tank destroyer for the Italians. Now, give me a few minutes to explain myself and to just run down the topics, and then we go into this insanely intense gameplay that I have. One of the best games that I had in months, and I'm not kidding. So yeah, settle down, grab a beer, grab some popcorn, and enjoy the show. So first of all, the first thing that I wanted to talk about is about the AMX 10RC and that wheeled medium tank I literally made a video about called Patience to Overcome Odd Performance. So I know that wheeled tanks in general in War Thunder are not modeled correctly. They feel either way too fast on a paved road or hard terrain, or at least they are then very fast, and on anything but this hard terrain they are just completely useless, and sometimes even a target 2 or a mouse seems to be faster. That's the same for the T-18E2 for the Americans, the Germans with their Sonderkraftfahrzeugs, the Soviets even with their fast SPAs, and also the British have here the AEC Mark II and some other vehicles that also suffer from them. And so it was just very interesting to see the uproar when it then was a new high tier tank, in this case the AMX 10RC. I completely understand it, but it's not me to blame, it's Gaijin. Gaijin, it's literally their job to model it correctly, and I had hoped that they would implement it in a fair way, in a new refreshing way, that they have just reworked the system. And funnily enough, it's now actually World of Tanks that seem to do a better job at this. From what I've seen, honestly, it is just embarrassing to look at what the real tanks can do in War Thunder and just call it realistic. And it's tank realistic battles that I like to play when to present a new tank. But back to here the Italians, and we also have here this wheeled tank destroyer. So first of all, it doesn't suffer from hull break, but the armor is nothing really that strong. It is thin indeed, but it is at least machine gun proof and actually can bounce 20mm as well. But we also have some era plates on the side. The body is relatively long and big and huge. The turret looks really sexy, I have to say it. The era officially is resisting 300mm of heat penetration, but I've been shot by a BMP-1 with the main gun. That shell has exactly 300mm of penetration, punched right through this part here, killed the rest of my crew. But again, as we can see, the ammunition is in the back of the turret and the chassis. We have 4 crew members, so you can sometimes absorb a shot or two, but don't get shot in the first place. Then we have a okay-ish gun handling for here the ace crew. It would be 20 degrees per second and 6.7 seconds of reload, so also 6 degrees of gun depression and just 15 degrees of gun elevation. Only a light machine gun here on top and a coaxial. Then the horsepower to turn ratio is under 20, but we have one of the greatest top speeds, at least on papers, with 110. To control this high speed, if you manage to go near it even, you have to watch my guide on how to steer better, where I explain to you in a 3-minute guide how to use the driver assistance mode. So with that out of the way, there is one final thing that we have to talk about, and that is the gun rather than the ammunition. So 9.3, and as a stock shell we have the M735 APF STS. Isn't that the tier 4 upgrade for the M60 Rise P? I'm not quite sure. Then also the M393 hash round as a tier 1, and the M465 heat FS round as a tier 2 upgrade, as a tier 3 upgrade, a smoke round, a smoke shell, and then as a tier 4 upgrade, the DM33. Oh god. Now, aside from it being relatively expensive with 1,300 silver lines per shot, that is another magnitude of penetration. I already complained about the DM 23 at battle rating 8.7 or 8.3. Now we have another power creep in the game at higher battle ratings, but the shell is so expensive, and it fits even more my playstyle to use the stock round, because I shoot mostly the side of an enemy tank or straight through the rear. And if you want to disable an enemy tank from the front, APFSDS is APFSDS, so you shoot it right under the gun of an enemy tank and to disable his gun breach. So it is a bit controversial, but this is the way that I see things. This is how it is in the game. So I think that's enough rambling. Let's hop into this gameplay and let's see what this beautiful, beautiful tank can actually do. So here we are on the Fulda Gap map, and look at this. The capture zone is actually in the bottom right corner of the minimap, and so we have the entirety of the map to use the mobility. Now, I always try to use here hard terrain where even possible, and just look at the speed and just look at the differences in speed when we move throughout the various different terrains. On Fulda Gap it is paved roads and mostly hard terrain, so this is very beneficial for the tank. Also, we have a lot of room to move around, and yeah, we have to get rid of all the stuff in our way because that slows us down so massively. The momentum retention of tanks is very badly modeled in this game. You just drive over a single barrel and it just stops a mouse, so that is ridiculous. Gaijin should also rework that. So there we can see it's actually not a full up tier, and we are also facing here the Russians and the British and the French, aside from the mostly sole American team that we usually fight in an up tier. So good conditions for our tank. Now we just have to make this theory work in practice. And so you can see I'm actually flanking wide here. I'm doing a wide flanking maneuver, and then we can see how good the Fulda map is actually if the spawn locations and the objectives are not positioned in a stupid way, but in a okayish way. So the Fulda Gap map by itself is not bad, but very often how it plays out is bad. Now you can see the steering here. Initially I do it with WASD like usually, and then I use at higher speeds the driver assistance mode. Then you can see it in the top right corner, top left corner, cruise mode. That helps a lot to stay on the track, quite literally, and use here the best ground pressure or the ground resistance. And there you can see the blistering speed. We are approaching 90 kilometers per hour, dropping then to below 80, but we are accelerating again, and this is just exciting. This is cool, and look at where I am compared to my team. So the fight has begun, and a warrior got rebalanced by a premium L44 Leopard, and yeah, this is really risky here to move that aggressively into position, but I also expect the enemy not to expect me, and now it's the decision making. Where should I go? Which position should I take? And now I move querfeldein, so across the field literally, and there you can see my ammunition choice. So the first 10 rounds are the stock round, the second ammunition choice is then the DM33, and then I use 10 hedge rounds for the sake of it. They will actually come in very handy later on. So far no contact. We already have moved for a few minutes and we have seen nothing. Now this only works on a map like this, where then there is a concentration of the enemy team around a certain area and where you have a lot of room. So in a heavy tank this is a bad situation, in a slow tank this is a bad situation, but this is where the mobile tanks just have a field day, where you actually can use their mobility, because in a city fight you move forwards and you just face another medium tank that is not as fast as you just a few meters later or earlier. So this is what I understand about mobility, and this just shows the strength of War Thunder when it comes to, you know, the map size, the map design possibilities. What Gaijin does with all the tools and the possibilities they themselves give them is a different story. So in the beginning, this is a very unusual situation. I need to hide myself from the spawn location so that I don't get shot in the back. And then I see 2 tanks right there, and it is BMP2s, BMP1s. Yeah, and we actually track him here. Good stuff. Let's finish him off. Come on. Yes. Good. The other one is right there, and I overlead here. So I actually anticipated him to be a bit further away. The shell goes right over him. Yeah, 1500 meters per second mass velocity. He moves on. Where is he? There it is. And he moved a bit faster than I anticipated, and we get fire on him. And that actually lights him up for the rest of my team, and we get a kill assist. Good stuff right there. So in this case, I would love to have this as a light tank to scout. I would love to do this. So behind me is now the ridge line, and I'm between the objective and their spawn. So yeah, I think to myself, I need to move. Okay, maybe they're coming for a revenge kill in a plane, in a helicopter. Whatever, I need to move. Okay. There you can see I'm not that fast anymore, even slightly downhill on even, I guess, medium terrain. I'm not slow, but you know, yeah. This tank also has troubles with the gear shifting bug downhill on medium terrain and soft terrain. Funnily enough, not on hard and paved roads. Okay. So I thought I'd heard something around here, and I just yeah, tried to help out my team here, and I actually move here into the castle. So please be patient. The beginning of the match is a bit slow. It takes a while to develop. Oops. But you know, you need to cover various sections of the map as the mobile tank on your team. And it doesn't really matter if you're a medium tank, if you're a light tank, if you're a tank destroyer, hell, even a heavy tank, if you have the appropriate mobility, situational awareness, and tactical knowledge. So here I thought I heard something, and hello there. Good night, sunshine. MBT 70 removed. Okay. Then there is another tank on the ridgeline. I hope he has not seen me. Okay. That was a waste of a shot. I think this is also a bit of annoying that there is no real indicator of if a tank like this is dead. So even if it would be a crew knockout, it would be nice to see a visual confirmation of the tank being destroyed. As you could see, this was a waste of a shell. That might be a problem later on. Might be. So again, then my team has secured the objective, or is about to secure it, and I want to move into... Oh, there is another tank. Okay, we hopped into cover. Let's see if he is aware of our position. I was not quite sure what it was. Did I see an antenna? Oh, that looks like an SPA. Okay, I need to be careful here. Okay, XM1 killed one of our tanks. I heard something. I heard an engine. I heard a turbine noise. What was this? I see nothing. There I saw a glimpse. There I saw a glimpse. Okay, I can still not see it. Bush, go away, bush. Pfui, bush. Oh, hello, sunshine. Good night, sunshine. T-72A removed. Good tank, but not so much from the rear. Okay. Again, repositioning. Now I am hunting. Now I tasted blood. No, not blood. Oil. Engine oil. Yeah. Okay, now I'm on the hunt. Where are you guys? I want to kill you all. Okay, always be near visual cover. Always be aware that at any point a enemy helicopter could pop up, or a normal plane cast. Okay, what's going on? What's there on the... Oh, what is that? Okay. I can see the top of this tank. Remember the 6 degrees of gun depression. I switch to hash, and now I fire the shell off. But so that he does not see or hear me. And then we count on the hull break. Good stuff right there. Immediately switch back to the AP FSTS. So I already wasted 2 AP FSTS rounds unnecessary. Once because there was no confirmation that the tank was dead, and the second one being because I just couldn't switch ammunition. Which is something, please Gaijin, let us switch the shell type. It is annoying, okay? What if he hurt me here? What if he actually looked to the side? Now I see this other tank, and I'm like, okay, I need to take care of this. But there is the T-92. I cannot resist. Again, the thought, if I don't hit him or kill him with the first shot, which I actually do, again, I would have switched to the hash rounds. So good stuff right there. It was a hull break. We hit here the front engine or the transmission. Not quite sure. So that's already my ace. Alright? Okay. Good night. So firing wildly your machine gun is a bad idea if I'm in the vicinity. A lot of people wondered why I'm very often mentioning Sabaton. That is due to the fact that you're listening to music. You're not listening to your surrounding. Okay, now we are. Now we have the DM33 in the barrel. Let's see what it can do. Now that is actually the Russian tank that I previously spotted. I anticipated him to go there, but where is he? Okay, there it is. And there you can see, I'm in the mud. Oh, this is bad. And he's aware, but just a split second too late. And we punch right through the front plate. And so we can actually reload faster and end him right there. T55 AM, not a problem for the DM33 at all. 7th kill actually already. So there we go. Okay, the enemy has taken control of A again. Now, maybe you have seen it in the very beginning, but there is an automatic in our gameplay, and he does a wonderful job of removing here the helicopters and planes of the enemy team. We will see later more of him on the post-battle results screen. And yeah, I saw here that the Shilka killed a BF-110. And I'm like, okay, what to do next? And I thought I'd heard here an engine again, but I was not quite sure. Again, we are staying in cover from the enemy ridgeline, from their spawn. And oh, what is that? That is interesting. Yeah, you can see the lack of gun depression. An SPA and a main battle tank. So we focus here, obviously, the main battle tank, the MX-30. Bad shot. Bad shot. But we really immobilized him. And the SPA is shooting us. Second shot in, not a good shot. And he actually... yeah, our gun breach gets destroyed and the turret ring. Shall I repair here? Shall I risk here the artillery strike? No. No, I need to go into cover. They try to hunt me down. There were actually 3 enemy tanks. And now it's getting intense. Okay, there are 4 tanks left on my team. 5 tanks, 6 tanks including me, and we are right at the edge. We have the objective, and now I need to still stay behind the, you know, imagine a front line. I need to stay behind the front line, and I choose here this ridge line. And here I repair. I can hear the enemy tanks coming. I can cover here the lower field. And I can also retreat here pretty quickly. The reverse speed of this tank is, I guess, above 30 kilometers per hour. So not too bad. So here we have repaired, but we lost 1 crew member. That's not good. And so I'm carefully listening. And there is a tank being killed behind our front line. Yeah, a lot of pinging is going on, and SPA within A is pinging the map. And then also on the ridgeline here in the front is pinging. And what should I do? Okay. And A gets contested. Oh, this is not good. There are not that many tanks left. The T-55 A killed one of our tanks. This is intense. This is intense. My 7 kills are worthless if I cannot make here it count as an advantage for my team. So the M46 got killed in A, but there seems to be another tank nearby. So I again try to reposition here. Okay, seems like my team has secured A. And we hull break. No, we ammo rack here the Shilka. Okay, that was a quick shot. 8 kills. Okay, reposition again into this position. I don't know if he is in a team, if he is communicating with his teammates. I have to be very, very careful. There is a helicopter. I hear him quite clearly. Yeah, and the automatic removed the helicopter. I love to have an automatic on my team. That's just tracked balance. Okay, the L-44 actually killed here the MX-30, and then look at this. I stay still, I'm not moving, I hear the tank. Now I need to actually disappear here. And there you can see how bad the 6 degrees of gun depressions are, but he drives right in our gun sight, and it's so easy to take out Russian tanks from the side. Yeah, I could even use APDS here or heat, doesn't really matter. Okay, 9 kills, that's a lot. Again, action in A. Do I have to interfere? Raketenjagdpanzer killed here at T-55 AM. So it seems like my team effectively defended the objective. Okay, but there is another tank nearby. My spider senses are tingling. So this is my famous frontline camping. But this is what the tank is designed to do. Ambush the enemy, overwhelm him with superior firepower from an ambush location. This tank is not designed for a frontline engagement. It doesn't have the gun handling. It doesn't have the armor. And so we wait. And hello there. And another Russian tank getting rebalanced. That was again an ammunition explosion of the T-64A. And now I need to reposition again. Very, very careful. Observing the ridgeline. Observing the sky. That's a double ace. Yeah, I recently had a double ace again, but that was, you know, in the KV-220. Yeah. I'm sorry, guys, but yeah, I was really happy, but I was aware there are 3 enemy players left, and they want to go for the objective. And look, there is 1 tank right at the edge of the map of our team in an ambush position. 1 is right into A, and 1 is near A, again in a support role. And I just observe that enemy tanks need to come towards me. I cannot afford to lose 2 crew members. 1 lucky shot of the enemy and I'm dead. Okay. I'm just moving forward. Slightly, or just a little bit. God, English is very difficult, isn't it? And I'm just observing. And meanwhile, my heart was pumping insane amounts of blood through my brain, trying to process every little bit of information. Look at the minimap, look at the tactical situation, why push, and now that's it. GG boys, that's it. There is the enemy. Final blow, survivor, 10 kills, double ace, epic. Epic. I know it was not the most intense gameplay to watch, but to play it, to use the hugeness of the map, it was awesome. Let's see what we actually got for our efforts. And yeah, 48,000 civilians and yeah, 7,000 modification research points nearly, and because of the penalty only 2,600 vehicle research points for the Fiat 6614. Destroy enemy, 60 enemies, survivor medal, a huge amount of other medals. Wow, what a game. What a game. And we were actually second in team because the automatic destroyed as many planes as he destroyed tanks. That's it for me today. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Let me know in the comment section if you liked this epic gameplay, if you thought it's actually epic or if it was just boring. And yeah, please give this video a like if you did, subscribe if you want to see more, and we'll see each other on the waves, in the skies, and on the battlefields. of War Thunder.